The following is a presentation of Black Leadership Commission on AIDS of Detroit Media Committee. Detroit is a wonderful city, struggling for a comeback while continuing to offer the best in urban living. A thriving cultural center, world-class music entertainment venues, home of the top automakers, record new housing constructions, attractive and bustling downtown, developing new riverfront hotels, home of champion sports teams, and the list goes on. Detroit, a city with 81% African American residency, has to face one of its biggest challenges ever: the unreported and increasingly growing rate of HIV/AIDS infection in the metropolitan Detroit area. Recent information shows 41% of the people living with HIV/AIDS in the state of Michigan live in Detroit. 88% of the people living with HIV/AIDS in Detroit are African American. 92% of the people diagnosed with HIV/AIDS under the age of 13 in Detroit are African American. 91% of the women with HIV/AIDS in the Detroit metropolitan area are African American. Only 10% of Michigan's population lives in Detroit. These staggering and startling statistics are alarming to hear. We live in an age of multimedia with information readily conveyed in many forms. The question is still, who knew? This is what you need to know. Black Leadership Commission on AIDS of Detroit is planning to raise new awareness to the urgency and the promotion of HIV/AIDS testing and prevention. In the utilization of various traditional and promotional media advertising opportunities, Black Leadership Commission on AIDS Detroit endeavors to utilize traditional and other media such as public service announcements produced and aired in the Detroit metro area. Radio. Detroit is number 6 in the top 10 radio markets, and listeners are tuned to Detroit radio in various formats, with overall listeners and viewers of television, cable television, and websites. Outdoor visual campaigns, billboards and buses. Multi-miscellaneous forms, church fans, electronic billboards, church bulletins, community newspapers, event awareness campaigns. Promotional items, coffee mugs, awareness thumb bands, backpacks, ink pens, lapel and tie tacks. What do you need to know? A dramatic presentation? In thinking creatively about the various ways to market the HIV/AIDS awareness message in the Metro Detroit area, the concept of a dramatic presentation was created to use the theater as a medium for the message. Conceptually, the play would be offered free for the first week to pastors, religious leadership, directors of community organizations, media, health workers, and educators. Also, tickets will be given away in radio media promotions, with these stations to be determined at a later date. This presentation in its pre-production stage and the overall considerations are being reviewed. BLCA Detroit, actively, engagingly, creatively, finding ways to address this urgent healthcare alert to Detroiters, creating a model for others to adopt, by which awareness of crisis information is addressed and active solutions are created.